They come to power, and it is their avowed aim to develop the country. And we've seen it a number of times, but we are not reaching where we are supposed to be. Then why should the church stay aloof? And we leave everything in the hands of the politicians and maybe the technocrats. The church also has a role to play. And we have decided to bring together all stakeholders in a kind of consultative discussions, and we chart a common agenda that will not be partisan. Then we are able to follow through, and we see the level that we want the nation to be. So in short, that is what we're looking at by way of National Development Conference.
Of course, Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
Don't go and tell them about this one.
Oh, they will not even see us.
You know, Mr. Speaker always says that you have the most Muslim name, but you are such a Christian. And of course, so it makes you, so you being a politician and a Christian, you will be the bridge. Is that how you've seen your role in this whole situation?
Yeah, I'm thinking, let me say a very good morning to our cherished viewers and listeners as well, and to say a very good morning to the chairman of the Church of Pentecost, including the former chairman, Apostle Professor Opokunyina.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if you are asking as to whether I will be a bridge, and I will say yes, that is the essence of my calling into this game. You want me to reveal a secret to you?
Do.
I was being monitored to be a pastor in the Church of Pentecost. While I was giving the church practice pamphlet and all those things to study on, to go for the vetting, to go for the interview.
Some other calling was...
Then I went to my hometown and I said, don't get here, grab me. To the palace and said I should be a politician. I said, no, I don't want to enter this gate. Then they took me to the palace, prevailed upon me. In fact, the voices were so strong. And I came back and told my pastor that he said I should become a member of parliament. I said, okay. He took me to the book of Samuel. He said, like Samuel, if it is the will of God, it will come to pass. Maybe God knows best. And when I entered parliament, this was the first meeting that we were all called, all the members of the Church of Pentecost MPs. We were called by Apostle Professor Opokunyina in the Church of Pentecost headquarters, including Gifty Saki, Gifty Kusi, and all those people. And he took us through the essence of Christian politician. Like Doctor said, the church has always stood aloof, but it has now seen that if it doesn't come and partner the state, we will not get to where we are. Because the church is the moral conscience of the state.
Of the state.
And politics without morality, there's no way you can get to your target. That's the essence of democracy.
But history will tell us that when religion steps into such issues, then we're failing the people. So that's why you have people saying that religion is the opium of the masses. And so now that we are having Christians having to take a leadership position in this particular activity, would you say politics has failed? Because that's what it's looking like where I'm sitting.
The religion started the game before politicians came. And if you start about, this is a moral development, moral vision for the national development. If you look at educational sector, the first secondary school in Ghana was started by the church before government came. Infancy Secondary School was established in 1876 by the Methodist Church. Then up to about close to 50 years, in 1924, before the government of Ghana established the Achimota Secondary School, which is the first government secondary school. So religion has always played the pace setter role.
And I'm saying that we appreciate the role that religion
plays. So those are erroneous impressions and should not be made.
But we're saying, so what I'm trying to say is that, and this is not to litigate the matter, but just to make the point that, look, it's important that religion helps. But if I pay my taxes, I don't expect the church to build me a school. If I pay my taxes, the person I'm paying the taxes to must be the person building a school or a hospital. But because we don't have that much time, let me ask Dr. Philip or say Kosa, what will be the convergence of what you are hoping to achieve with the manifestos of the different political parties, because we have one on the left and the other on the right. They are all converging in the center gradually, and some of Ahmed's best friends are on the other side of the aisle. So we are aware of that. But, you know, what's going to happen to the manifestos and the promises that we get from politics?
Very good. That is one area, sorry to say, our politicians are failing us. A political party will come to power with a manifesto, which is not national agenda, and he would like to implement it, and it is to the detriment of the whole nation, but in the interest of a particular party. And that is what we want to have, a paradigm shift, that we come together, we develop a common agenda, and then we follow it through and through. Not that we are coming to enhance our political party interest. You see, in Ghana here, we have a little problem, if not a huge one. A party is voted to power and is thinking of next election, not the state and the development of the state, but how he's going to win the next election. And when this comes to play, we are not able to see the development that the people are looking for. There are rules that ought to be faced, and there are economic issues that also to be faced. But we are looking at our party interest, and that is not helping us. So that is why we want to come out, not manifesto as such, but we come out with a common agenda and we follow. Yeah.
Ahmed?
Yeah, Kate, if you look at our development trajectory as politicians, most at times, our main deficiency is administrative continuity. And that's why when you go around the length and breadth of the country, you see most, because when you end a vision without bringing it to completion, the project becomes an abandoned project.
Yes.
But if you look at how it began, if you look at Kwame Nkrumah's 5-year development, educational development program, you go to the secondary school and you see the schools that he built, because it was a 7-year development, he accomplished it. Then you take it up to Ghana Structural Adjustment Program, you come to PANSCAD, you come to all those things. But we go round, and then we come back to the same thing. So the question is, why is it that because the immediate previous government didn't start it, the next one will not start it? There's always new vision, new vision, new vision. So when the two parties, like you are saying, center-left, center-right, there's always a center.
There's always a division rule.
Exactly. Well, they are saying, oh, we are center left. We are all close to the center. And this center left and this center right. But there's always a center. So when the church brings us together, when I see Giftikusi, even though she's MPP, I'm NDC. But when we meet, the church unites us. When I see Saki, the church unites
Elizabeth.
us. Exactly. And when you see, so if we are able to come together, then the church will come in. The church coming in is not only the Church of Pentecost. Sure. It's almost all the religious leaders, because they also have their center where they meet, members of the Economical Council. They all meet, the Catholic bishop, the moderator, presbyter, chairman, Pentecost, apostle, they all met. They meet and intercede on behalf of the country. So when they meet us, if I am misbehaving, can you imagine if apostle called me, Ahmed, I'm watching you.
Apostle, have you been watching him?
Seriously.
Has he been misbehaving? Once in a while.
Then I look sharp. I remember we had a meeting with them during some national crisis, and all the moderators and all the chairmen of the church were there. We met in the Presby moderators. And whichever politician appeared before them, will see that there's always a master. Because they are full of professors, doctors. As we see here, he is a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But the mere father I'm voted for doesn't mean I'm more intelligent than him. So they also must come on board and tell us, look, we've seen what we haven't seen before. We think if you do it this way, it will go. They are able to reach to the chief imam. Sure. And when they meet at that level, it's all about Ghana. It's not about Christianity. It's not about Islam. It's about Ghana. So it's like, now you have somebody thinking for Ghana. What is it that we can do? Before Professor Mills, there was a 40-year development plan. Okay. And before Rawlings, during Rawlings, there was Ghana Vision 2020. President Kufuor came and brought it to Vision 2015. Then, now, President Mills came and said Vision 20 agenda for 2040.
You know, you are taking me back to my first question. How
so
are
if you look,
I'm going to go to.
So there's inconsistency. That's what I want to tell you.
I'm going to go to Doctor for the personalities who will be attending or participating in the national development. But how are you serving as a bridge? Because you know the fact is one. If I vote for you, I expect certain things from you, and I expect things from my religious leaders, but not necessarily infrastructural development. So how are we dealing with that? It's something we need to talk about.
Yeah, clearly both parties have manifestos. If you, like, we are in opposition, but I'm a opposition MP. That doesn't deny my constituency of development. So, and when you go there, the church is up to the grassroots. The politician is up to the grassroots. Everything is up to the grassroots. So it's like we are all in it together. And you can't. They want to do it in such a way that there must be that continuity. And you know, one biggest problem in Ghana is that I'm MP. In the unlikely event that tomorrow I'm no more MP, the one who comes, he's not going to meet me anywhere for any handing over. And that has been a problem.
Yeah.
No MP handing over. What I used to do, he doesn't know. Where I started and where I've ended, he doesn't know. He come and start a new team.
Maybe that should happen.
That
should happen at the constituency level because he's representing a constituency of the party. But I hear we are running out of time. So, Doc, can you tell us who are the personalities, what to expect, and all this, and then Ahmed, you can come with a final word.
Very good. We are looking at it from the national perspective. So we have a number of people, that is the stakeholders. The President of the nation, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is the special guest, and then the former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and then the former President J.A. Kufuor, and then the National House of Chiefs President is also coming, and the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Sumana Bagdin, and a host of top hierarchy people are part of it, and also across board we have all technocrats. Honorable Ahmed was saying something that we hand over and we are lack of continuity. The party will hand over, and then the next people who are taking care is the technocrats. And they are the people who are making things work, not necessarily the politicians. So we are bringing all these people together so that we are able to chart the new course that we want. So it is from the top also to the grassroots. We have the key people for this conference.
And I'm assuming that your aim is to get a level, a common ground for, you know, moving our nation forward in economics, in politics, in social, and protection and all.
Exactly. Because when you read from the Bible, as a minister, I need to quote the Bible to buttress my point. From Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14, it talks about where there is no counsel, the people fail. And in the multitude of counselors, the nation is also safe. So we are bringing all these people together. Then we are able to at least confer and come out with a national policy, not
I mean, as a way of rounding up, I see why the religious leaders are very important. He just very nicely told me what you said earlier. And so give me your final word, and then we'll go to a Proverbs 31 woman to give us the newspaper review. Nana, you there?
Yeah, clearly, like to continue from where Doctor ended, the Chief Justice will be there. And if you look at the picture itself, you could see that the special aid to the secretary to the chief imam, national chief imam, will also be there. It's like they want to bring everybody on board so that we think about Ghana. But the scriptures say, pray for the peace of the country. In peace, you also get your peace. Where will the church be, assuming there's no peace in Ghana? You've seen it happening in other countries. So we don't want anybody to stand aloof. And if the church is able to serve at that bridge, then we come together. There will be that moral conscience, which we are losing. People criticize it in this country. And Kate, if you check when the castle used to be a prayer ground and people insulted the then president, that was the year we had the best economic indicators in this country. So I always ask myself, it means there's something we are not paying attention to. when God was in the castle, the best resource, the highest growth rate. But now the resources, we keep on discovering, but we are not able to achieve those figures when God was at the castle.
So, I mean, the power of God, the power of the universe, the unseen hand, you can never underestimate. And so you are right. And we're wishing you the very best with the upcoming National Development Conference. Hopefully, we'll be able to follow and also participate, even if it's remotely. And thank you very much for spending time with us on this special edition of The Breakfast Show. And thank you for watching. The headlines is next, and Gifty Auntie will be leading in the discussions.
Thank you.
But she say whiny. I mean just have a your friendly. Take me on a date so you could know me. Never said I feel it. We are my watching. But Miss Lonely. Open say what you see can low-key. But when you will listen to what tight jeans. I said what they bear my media. Missy I don't come be person. Odiniko, Okodini Siko. Yeah, this is my pretty so I'm my name say. Minini Kwadia, Metinico. Next day, yeah, Billy, oh. Once again, Missy Atia, what do you never me? Watch this. The show about for Fabian, I'm assuming checking on. Slim Team, should it be me like you know, or on the DM, but I'm just a little bit of crack on, I'm interested on. Please don't take me there. If you promise to never leave, stay with me to the morning, baby. Yeah. I'm telling you, busting up my brain. You got to recognize the man in me. Don't give me stories, I beg you, please. Oh, baby. So tease me, baby. Or you better leave me.